I wasn't prepared for what happened next. I had been dealing with my husband's betrayal, but there was something else lurking in the shadows that I wasn't expecting. And it came from the last person I ever thought would hurt me, Jaden. I was out for a walk to clear my head. Johnny had just left for another one of his business meetings, and I was already over it. But when I got home, I didn't expect to see Jaden's car parked outside. I didn't mean to walk in. I didn't mean to hear them. But the door was barely cracked. And then, I heard it. The moaning. The sounds I never wanted to hear. Jaden, and someone else. I couldn't stop myself. I had to know. So I pushed the door open just a little. And there they were. I shouldn't have been curious. I shouldn't have stayed, but something about that moment changed everything for me. Jaden, Johnny's younger brother, the one I'd known since he was a kid, had always been there. But this was different. He didn't even notice me at first. But when he did, he gave me this look. It wasn't just a normal look. It was something deeper. Like he knew exactly what I had just seen. And maybe, he wanted me to know. I tried to act normal. I tried to pretend like nothing had changed, but my mind was racing. I had just seen something that made me see him in a whole new light. And I couldn't get it out of my head. The way he looked at me, the way he touched me, it felt different. And for the first time in a long time, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Jaden was different now. The way he smiled at me, the way his presence felt. It was like he was no longer the kid I remembered. He was something else entirely. Something irresistible. I told myself it was nothing. I told myself it was just a moment. But deep down, I knew it wasn't. I knew I was on the edge of something I couldn't take back. What do you think I should have done? Would you have walked away, or would you have let temptation take over? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe. It started so innocently. At least, that's what I kept telling myself. But the more I saw him, Jaden, the more I felt something pulling at me. Something that shouldn't have been there. He wasn't just Johnny's younger brother anymore. He was someone I was starting to notice, in a way I never had before. I tried to keep my distance, but it was impossible. Every time I looked at him, my mind wandered back to that moment. The way he touched her, the way he looked at me. It wasn't the innocence of family anymore. I couldn't avoid him. We'd bump into each other in the house. Small moments that felt so wrong, but I couldn't deny how right they felt. The touch. The gaze. They weren't just passing glances anymore. Every little interaction seemed to last longer, burn hotter. I knew it was dangerous. I knew it was wrong. But in those moments, all I could think about was the way his eyes seemed to see through me, like he knew what I was hiding. What I wanted. It was subtle at first. A touch here, a lingering glance there. I kept telling myself I could stop this before it went too far. But that night, when he brushed against me, something shifted. He didn't pull away. Neither did I. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to feel what I was feeling. It was like my body was betraying me. Every nerve in my body was screaming for more. But I still couldn't tell if it was the desire for revenge or something deeper. Something I hadn't felt in years.
You know. I'm sorry for what Johnny did to you. You don't deserve that.
His words hit me like a punch to the gut. He knew. He knew exactly how I was feeling. And there he was, so close. I could hear his breath, feel the heat of his body. And for a split second, I wanted nothing more than to kiss him. To feel something, anything, other than the betrayal that had consumed me. But it was more than that. It wasn't just his looks, his body. It was how he made me feel, alive, seen, wanted. The way Johnny never did anymore. I wanted to resist. I wanted to walk away. But in that moment, I couldn't. I leaned in, and for the first time in so long, I felt something that made me forget the pain. I kissed him. And it wasn't just a kiss. It was everything I'd been craving, everything I was trying to avoid. I knew what I was doing. But the question was, did I care? What would happen now? If you've ever been in a situation like this, or maybe you've been tempted to act on feelings that don't belong, comment below and share your thoughts. I told myself it was just once. That it would never happen again. But when you cross that line, it's hard to stay on the other side. And Jaden, he didn't make it easy. The next time we were alone together, I didn't hesitate. I walked in, and Jaden was already waiting. We didn't need to speak. We both knew what was going to happen. What started as an accidental kiss quickly turned into something else. He'd find ways to get close to me. Subtle touches, whispered words. And each time, it felt like he was pulling me further into his orbit. The thing about temptation is that it never stays in one place. It grows. It feeds on itself. And Jaden? He was more than willing to fan the flames. That night, there was no turning back. When he kissed me again, I didn't stop him. I didn't pull away. Instead, I leaned in, craving the closeness I hadn't felt in so long. It was more than just the physical. It was the way he made me feel, alive, desired, wanted. It was like I was finally breaking free from all the pain, all the resentment, all the lies. I knew it was wrong. I knew this wasn't just about getting back at Johnny anymore. But the way Jaden made me feel? I couldn't walk away. I couldn't deny it. I wanted this. The guilt was there, always. Every time I saw Johnny, I felt it, deep in my gut. But there was something else, too. A rush, an exhilaration. It was like I was finally taking control of something in my life. With Johnny, I was ignored. But with Jaden? He was everything Johnny wasn't. He listened. He cared. He made me feel like I was the only woman in the world. I tried to convince myself it was just a fling. That it was just revenge. But it was something more. Something that I couldn't stop. And each time I saw him, the pull grew stronger. I knew I was crossing a line I could never come back from. But I didn't care. It felt too good. It felt too right. Jaden knew it too. He knew what I wanted. And he wasn't going to stop until I got what I needed. The question was, how far would I go? How far would we go? What would you have done? Would you have stopped at the first kiss? Or would you have given in to the temptation? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. The truth always comes out, doesn't it? Johnny found out. Of course, he did. I thought I could keep everything hidden, but I was wrong. He had his ways of finding out, and when he did, he didn't hold back.
How could you do this to me? After everything we've been through, you sleep with my brother.
I knew it was wrong, but when Johnny confronted me, it wasn't the anger that hurt the most. It was the way he looked at me, the disbelief, the hurt in his eyes. The same look I saw in mine when I found out about him and Amelia. Johnny's face twisted when he realized what I had done. But what hurt even more was the way he didn't seem to care. He wasn't angry that I slept with Jaden. He was angry because I had taken control. Because I had made my own decision.
And you, my best friend, what the hell were you thinking?
The next few days were a blur. The divorce papers came, and Johnny signed them. Amelia? Gone, too. She disappeared from my life the moment I needed her the most. I thought revenge would feel empowering. I thought it would be justice. But all it brought was emptiness. I had broken the bond with my husband, destroyed my closest friendship, and now I was alone. I got what I wanted. Revenge. But at what cost? I lost my marriage. I lost my friend. And worst of all, I lost myself. I never imagined it would end this way. I never thought revenge would feel like a hollow victory. But I've learned one thing through all of this: revenge isn't as sweet as you think it will be. Sometimes, it leaves you empty, wanting something you can't get back. What would you have done in my shoes? Do you think revenge was the answer, or did I go too far? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and hit the notification bell to subscribe for more stories like mine.